Yo, what up, mangakas? I'm back on another video. I did a video yesterday on Secret Steward, but it's not what yours called. You know what I mean. You always seen that video, you know what I mean. Anyway, today I just finished reading JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run. I was literally planning to watch a video to help me recap everything that's happened, but I decided against it because I plan to reread the manga each arc, even some of the arcs end up cliffhangers to tie into the next arc with the fight. So forgive me, I'll get some things wrong. So, yeah, I already viewed the JoJo animes. I already saw familiar with the previous continuities, but detail. After the events of Stone Ocean, Araki created a new continuity with new characters with similar names to protagonists of the characters from the previous continuity, but not the same characters. Shows the similarities in naming and stuff. Other than that, they're different characters. So, yeah, let's kick off the story. So the story kicks off with a race. Serious Deal announces a race. It was hosted by a man named Steven Steele. That's the name of Steele was by his wife, Lucy Steele, who, by the way, is only 14. Well, we'll get more learn more about them later down the line. Because Lucy gets some arcs to herself. Given how much of a capable character she is. She may be a woman in the 19th century, but she's still badass. She's her own character. I say, she has a great arcs. And I finished part 7. I've been familiar with everything that happens in parts in the JoJo Bizarre Adventure games. Plus, it's the weirdest extra scene though, after the big battle. Anyway, contestants line up to win a cash prize. No, no contest. When it was published in Weekly Shonen Jump back in 2000s, it was not marketed as another part of JoJo. It was more of a new continuity, season new continuity. The editorial decided to not title it, so it'd be like a new series, which kind of is true, but still has some nods to previous parts of JoJo. It was maybe a new continuity, but it still has some parts references to previous parts. So, but when I moved to Ultra Jump, it well, they get the title JoJo. I bought Japanese book copies of the manga. I got volume 1 here, but it's just for real purposes. So yeah, we're also introduced to a character called Sandman, as he's a tribesman who hates the white man. But understands the culture of it, using it against them. He plans to enter the Steel Run race, much to annoying the anger of his peers. Also, just some other characters like Poco Loco, but he's not really important. I'm serious. Like he gets pushed to the side, even though he has something we'll get to know a little bit later. And one of the contestants entering is a weird man who has some weird teeth. As there's Gyoho, who carries out mysterious little balls. As it turns out, we introduce this man as will probably introduce this man as Gyro Zeppeli. Yep, he shares the same last name as Willie Zeppeli and Caesar Zeppeli from parts 1 and 2. Sorry. Sorry, that was unintentional. Just had some stupid hair on there for some reason. Gyro comes from another country. Alright, I do plan to recover this manga in story arcs, as I said earlier. No matter if they end on cliffhangers or not. I'm gonna reread the manga each arc. But to do that, I must complete all the parts. Complete theirs. So I'll also be starting to read parts 8 a bit after I've done this video. Let's get to the Shakedown Road arc, because that arc is technically the reason why a character like Joshu has a stand. It's a whole context of the game. And I want to talk about that game once I'm more familiar with the JoJo part at the time. Sorry. We see how these balls work. They have a very unique style. We're also introduced to the protagonist of the story, Johnny Joestar. This article introduced JoJo. As the steel balls somehow made him walk briefly. He also knows the secret of the steel balls. Where Gyro just flips him off. Not that type of flip, no, just, you know what I mean. And just in detail, throughout the entirety of Steel Ball runs run in on Ultra Jump and Weekly Shonen Jump. Johnny was rarely on the covers of the manga. Yeah, I'm not joking. Now, you can really see that mentality with the first cover, first volume. Just says Steel Ball Run, not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run. So that's quite unique, interesting. So yeah, Johnny decides to participate in a race to learn more about Steel Ball and Steel Balls. Alongside another competitor who we'll learn a bit more about later down the line. And that is Diego Brando. Yes, you're right, he's Dio. Looks and acts like him in mannerisms and stuff, but this one isn't as evil as the one from from the original continuity, but he's still evil. Just not as evil. If that makes sense. There's a whole video about it talking about him. I did not know how to feel about the final battle. Yeah. I always assumed it will happen before. Well, let me see. Anyway, so yeah, we go to the first part of the race. Believe it is, it takes up most of the first early chapters around early portion of it. It takes up the entirety of the first. Most of the race takes up entirety of the first volume. So, yeah, Johnny ends up taming the horse that injures him. You also learned a bit about Johnny before the rest began. Johnny was a member of the Joestar family. His father was a bit of a bit of a dick. Unlike George Joestar, who was more of a good maybe hard on Jonathan, but was still cared about him. The only person Johnny had that was his brother. He also had a pet mouse named Danny. He was told to drown the mouse, but he couldn't, and that mouse ended up running in front of his brother's horse. By the way, the Joestar family are known for being jockeys. This takes place in 19th century America. So this is our first proper American JoJo. I say proper because Jolie does not count. She's not entirely American. She was born and raised in America, but her dad's Japanese. Wait, did JoJo move from Japan to America? Or was that his divorced wife? No, that won't explain, but... So basically, Jodie's is quarter American, half Japanese, and half English. So his journal does not count either. He's kind of Jonathan Jolo, because he is a descendant, but he's different in that kind of sense. So all the other protagonists are from the proper nationalities. That Jono is Japanese himself. We're moving to Italy. Anyway. So, yeah. This is a... his brother blamed him for what happened to his brother. So, of course, Johnny acted out like a dick most of the time. And that actually ended up biting him in the back, should I say. Ended up with a bullet in his back. As he is shot by one of the people he pissed off. And is permanently disabled and his family abandoned him. So, Johnny wants to learn not to steal or so he can walk again. He just feels doesn't have much of a purpose these days. And we see the world bins. Oh, and Sandman is running instead of riding a horse. And after the first race is finished, Gyro agrees to take Johnny into his win. As those two start to learn all about the spin, Steel Balls upon Gyro's country. They're very unique. It works similar to Harmon. Both of them have star energy that can work with stands. Why not? Joseph Joestar used Harmon against Spell Dio alongside his Harriet Purple. Alright, if you play Johnny in All-Star in Eyes of Heaven, just so you know, don't play as him. He is awful to control as. I know he's just bad to control, in my opinion. Because, really... I don't hate disabled characters, but it's just hard to control. He's better to control in All-Star Battle. And that's saying something. So, we still don't know when Steel Ball Run's going to anime. But anyway. The last stand, anyway, so weird things are going on. I mean, that means a man named Mountain Tim, who has this type of mysterious ability to turn his body to rope. I suspect of a case of someone's death. He suspects Johnny and Gyro. They end up at a location. As Johnny ends up getting some ability, his nails start spinning. As Mountain Tim reveals that Johnny has just gained a power called a stand. So Mountain Tim is a stand user. So yeah, a lot of mysterious things going on. Mountain Tim plans to keep on investigating things that's going on. I'll do an abbreviation, but I'll probably go more detail when I review the arcs. So, again, a big review about this. Anyway, John and John will continue the race. We're introduced to the main antagonist of the story, President of the United States, Funny Valentine. He's after something. As we learn later, he's after mysterious quartz pieces that haven't probably decayed. But whose quartzes are they? So yeah, Johnny and John are basically quite a couple stand users on the way. Also collecting quartz parts. Johnny decides to collect them because it gives him a purpose. And we learn about Gyro's backstory. His family are executioners and also doctors. One day, though, Gyro's family was sentenced to execute a young boy who was committed of a crime he did not commit. So Gyro decided to enter the steel ball run to save the kid. So that's why he's in the steel ball run. Yeah, I can't really remember much, so I'll try my best here. I am trying my best here. Now for part 8, there's going to be more episodic chapters, unlike Steel Ball Run. It's more streamlined. A serialized story. It's 95 chapters for me. So anyway, Johnny Stern starts involving United Stand Tusk. We also get to know about Diego Brando, as he accidentally gains possession of a stand himself called Scary Monsters. It's a stand that allows him to control many dinosaurs and turn himself into a dinosaur, only part of his body. He's a very unique stand user. And he ends up going to course parts too after once eventually as his father and society for his mother's death. We also meet Hot Pants, who's also a stand user during a battle against a guy named Ringo. I think he was also named after Ringo's star for the Beatles, but you know what I mean. Although Johnny is not the only one who fights, Gyro does too. He's the first non-stand user to fight in a stand B part. Because I say that because parts 1 and 2 did not have stand users, so they don't count. I'm talking about parts that actually have stand users that actually fight with stands. All of them always fight with stands. Even Trish, when she unlocked her stand. Well, this is the first time we see someone who fights with our stand. Valentine plans to collect the court spots. And Lucy ends up overhearing. And that means she has to escape without being seen. She managed to do that without helping Max Entertainment. And the Max Entertainment ends up dying, getting killed. Valentine wants to know who the traitor is. Lucy's worried about her husband. And says to take an action to take down the president. And she ends up meeting Johnny and Gyro, who explain some situations to her that might help her. Johnny. The only way to take down the president is to take out the court spots with his body. But he still don't know where his stand is, so they have to be careful. Lucy takes that plan to action a little bit later. And she uses the First Lady to get close. She even ran to Hot Pants earlier. Johnny suspects her about Hot Pants. Yeah, no, she only gets discovered. But she ends up killing Scarlet, who was enraged by the trickery. Of course, as the Hot Pants instead, they could get all the corpse parts though. Some get stolen, some get coined, type of thing. I'm not going to specify on that. That means Lucy has pretended to be Scarlet. But Valentine is stupid. By the way, Valentine started more chubby design, but doing one specific chapter, he changes the size with each page. Get the design we know today. Alright, this is obviously a fan translation I'm reviewing. Because right now we still got Stone Ocean being translated. The manga on the Shonen Jump app has got a lot more is currently on the Sea Moon arc. The Sea Moon arc. So we still got a while to go before we finish that story up. Because then once the Sea Moon arc is over, we move over to the Maiden Heaven arc. And that's a long arc, so we're going to be waiting a while when the official translation is done. So it looks like a will be part 8 as well. Then you'll go back also continue on part 4 and 5. Then wait for Stone Ocean to finish up. We'll also review the parts 8, part 9 manga. Gyro definitely gained course, but I had a stand ability for a bit, but you know. Alright, also use the stab abilities longer, get used to the stuff. They still keep them even after losing the quartz parts. One fight introduces us to Wakapipo, and Magenta. Wakapipo is actually from Gyro's country, former royal guard. Was sports out of his country. You know, just because he based a powerful man in a duel to protect his sister. He's also a steel ball user, but his steel balls are slightly different. Magenta's stand is quite unique. I can't really remember what it does, sadly. You know, they managed to beat them. Wagon people ain't not changing the size of it. Ain't not changing size. Size on his own path. Magenta's life, but it's pissed. He's getting help by Diego. Also, little Hot Pants is mystery. We finally get to know more about Hot Pants. When Johnny and Gyro had to face off against a stand called Civil War. That brings back all the things you threw away in sacrifice for guilt and stuff. Basically sins. It's a really tough battle. That's when Johnny's stand task evolved again into Act 3. He had to defeat the Civil War, and it seems his backstory is quite sympathetic. But during this battle, we learn about who the corpse belongs to, a famous religious figure. I talk about Jesus Christ. Yep, the Holy Corpse, because or Saint Corpse, depends on what the translation is the corpse of Jesus Christ. And then we get a narration about Jesus a bit. About how he was prosecuted on the cross. After that, he moved somewhere to the east. Where he laid up was many years alive to drew his last breath. His corpse was hidden across the world. However, yes, the corpse gains incredible power. That's what Valentine wants. Lucy has again found out. Usually, when she's scared, she is safe thanks to the corpse head being inside her body, so she can birth it. Oh God, poor woman. We also get a little bit of backstory on how she and Steven met. They truly do care about each other. Steven's a good man too. Steven Steele's a good man. He cares about her. He wouldn't touch her unless he wouldn't inappropriately touch her if it make her feel uncomfortable. Making them great characters. So yeah, for now, she's safe. She even temporarily gains a stand. That allows her that actually creates luck in her own right. I guess. You can probably read about on the JoJo's stand media. Encyclopedia about stands. All the ones that appear in the series. Like a people ends up basically having a battle against Magenta to save Steven Steele's life. And, it wasn't a long stand battle, wasn't a long fight. Like a people just obviously wins against Magenta in a unique way, causing Magenta causing him to permanently be underwater by using his ability somewhere about the 20th century. He has wires around him. If he deactivates his stand, he will drown and die. If he doesn't, he won't be able to move the wires. Those are going to be under there for a long time. Similar fate to cars. As he eventually stopped thinking. But, unlike cars, the guy can make a possible return in part 8. I'm not sure, no. Don't spoil it for me. Okay, don't spoil part 8. I don't know what happens in that. I don't know who dies or what. Don't spoil it. I was always spoiled on part 7 story, but not part 8. That's what I do not want to be spoiled on. I don't want to be spoiled on. I'm not read anything about it or part 9. I don't know about I also know about the final antagonist. Can't remember much about story details, but yeah. So don't spoil it. I'm gonna get up to just the Shakedown Road arc after this. That's what we're gonna get up to today. Then focus on continue to steal the eyes I haven't game for a bit. Because they're more familiar with the points of story to take place. Since don't get part 8 was going on at the time Isaac Heaven came out in 2015. Part 8 began 4 years prior, 2011. Part 9 is the first part we get to read from start to finish. Of course, fans translated, but hey, that's what we do. You know, I don't mind business and at least try to release Steelball Run fully in English as well, alongside Stone Ocean. Because they're separate continuities, they can still work. I was able to money to apply to buy a physical copy of the original Biz releases of Stardust Crusaders. So I've done really said it down. We get to one of the biggest, brilliant arcs, the default. We get small mini arc that goes up, transition to the default C arc. Where Johnny is again shot by mysterious assailant. Gyro is having a quick fight against a stand user. It's not a long fight, easily defeated. As Gyro knows what to do. And the first chapter of the previous arc showed us how much those duos friendship are. Now they're grown as friends. They take more of a similar. Gyro takes more of a both Woolley and Caesar Zeppelin roles. Serves a bit of a mentor to Johnny, but also a good friend and rival. So Johnny can even. One of the best arcs was the Sugar Mountain arc. So I just forgot to mention. Where it ends up like the Lady of the Lake story. Basically, you drop one thing. Answer. You're judged depends on how you answer. Like, you answer the what you actually dropped, or choose to say that you dropped the most expensive things that you might get. This is why that more dangerous. Like, if you get it wrong, you become part of the tree. Also, you must get rid of everything they got. Barely, no force, but properly trade or sell them. Otherwise, by sunset, they'll be part of the tree. The end, though, only St. Gyro. Gyro had to give up the court's pass against the enemy they were facing, who was also a stand user. Pretty good arc for the character. As we now kick into the final saga, multi-arcs. It's now time to face up against Funny Valentine, who's taken Lucy on a ship somewhere. They are followed by Hot Pants and Dio, who agrees to work with Hot Pants for the court spot so he can get revenge on the bastard father, Dario. Still a bastard in all universes. With Johnny and Gyro fall behind them. As Hot Pants and Diego end up in a stand battle against Ronnie Valentine, this stand, Denny D's done dirt cheap, or D4C for short. As he faces off against a stand user. Johnny. So yeah. We eventually find out Valentine's stand ability through the whole arc of the round 4. We're going to mention how it concluded. Basically, we find out about Valentine's stand ability. Dimensional. Basically, we see two people shoot Johnny, but they weren't at the same time, but different universes. But it's confusing, isn't it? A little complicated, but I'm sure there's a video online that actually explains it now. But basically, it's to do with shenanigans with Valentine's stand. Right back to the story. Valentine, Lucy has started to merge with the corpse and she's starting to become it. Diego and Hot Pass do the best, but ultimately, they could do anything against him. I don't know how Hot Pass is killed because I don't think we see it. See any killed off screen. Because it seemed like she was still alive while serving stuff in her. Alright, since she had earlier, yes, she's a she. Gotta mention that. Hot Pass is ended up sacrificing her brother when they were attacked by a bear. So which she regretted. So, if I want a proper explanation, I may have to watch a video or something about why. So anyway, the eagle also ends up dying, being split in half. Now it's Johnny and Gyro facing off against Dirty Buddy Valentine. Of course, Gyro ends up getting bit by something earlier, and ability ends up going through, that might go to his heart. Gyro ends up talking about the golden rotation, rectangular rotation. A special type of ability that only specific parts of we probably know about. But he's never tried it. It requires a horse. So after a big long fight with Gyro ended up feeling the finish on Valentine. He's ultimately killed. Then Johnny faced up against Valentine. It's a tough fight. Johnny has to remember something about what Gyro said and uses his horse momentum. The upgraded stab once more, Tusk at 4. Create a new rotational power. It's a new rotational power. And it has a perk found Buddy Valentine. He pretends to actually say that he's a good guy and stuff, but Yendo tries to double cross Johnny, but Johnny wants to steal it. And you're killing Valentine. I didn't kill Valentine. So Lucy and Steven Steele are okay. It was okay, but then Johnny notices the corpse is gone. And he recognizes a trick, but the hoof trick. Damn it! The hoof prints. He doesn't know where, so he chases after them. Lucy was still staying behind, but Lucy has a plan for later. Johnny faces up again. Johnny ends up finding out who this guy is after we find a familiar stand. His most serious person uses the stand, the world, or Sir Waldo. This is obviously Diego's stand, but this is not Diego Brando from the original continuity. No, this is Diego Brando, alternate Diego Brando. And Johnny doesn't have to face off against the stand time ability. And Johnny couldn't do it. Yeah, though Diego's ended up being defeated by Lucy Steele. But the alternate universe sorry. By alternate universe rules. Basically, you cannot interact with your other self in the alternate universe, or else you become together and die. Because Weka people end up being killed thanks to Diego. So Diego's killed by his other self. And Johnny did not win the race. As a man. Johnny ended up learning how to walk with the rotation. As no one knows what happened here. No one ever knows. But we do get some references, other references to JoJo. Like, we get a reference to Abdo, but he gets eliminated for the race early on the story. But we get a Higashihata, an old man, who's obviously, he has to obviously be tied into the next part. Most likely Rocky did not have any plans for that at the time when he started. But having the Higashikata show up at the end, and it says ties into it. Johnny remembers this journey with Gyro. What's wrong with it? Right. As Johnny takes Gyro's corpse back to his homeland. Later, a few years later, they're relocated, and the boy ended up getting released, but died of a cold sometime later. Mostly he was released back 7 years ago, but died 7 years later. Kind of sad end. He didn't die at old age. God, tragic. Brutal for the 19th century, but well. As this is the last, this will be the last time we see Johnny Joe stuff for now. As this journey is officially over. Johnny, actually though, we will see Johnny again in part 8, but again, for now, this story is over. I'd say Johnny's a great protagonist. In the end, his father even came around and to come and support him, regretting his decisions from the past. We sadly didn't see an interaction between the two. Kinda wish we did. Oh well. So yeah, Rocky decided to reboot the continuity, mostly because couldn't think of any top previous stories. That can't be understandable. So I do understand. It's sad, but oh well. Unless he finds a way to tie. Unless when he enters this continuity, he gets tired of it, he can merge the two continuities together, create a fusion of universes, once again new JoJo's. Let's hope the fourth JoJo, this new continuity, will be a woman or something. I don't know. We'll see what I can try. You can check out Hamill's Beat on Among Beats videos about this and other stuff. He does music references, anime manga references. He does some fun facts videos. He did videos about Araki's wife and Youngo, who's a fan of JoJo, who's also a big time actress who's appeared in Dragon Ball. So be sure to check him out. He's a good JoJo YouTuber. Also covers other JoJo manga. He's covering for months. He's going to be covering Hot 9 as it comes out. So be sure to check this out if you really want to see what he's thoughts on. Sorry. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy my content, please thumbs up and want to see more. Subscribe to the channel, notification bell, always comes in the future. I will be doing a video on part 8, but it may take a while. So for now, I'm just going to get to the Shakedown World arc and focus on a different story. I'll take a break for that. Move on to part 4, also catch up with some things. Catch up on Colorado for Garth airs on September. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time for that video. Classic jump out.